Before this video begins, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. I put out new videos every 3 days currently. Also, be sure to check out my affiliate links down below to get discounts on car mods and products. Okay, let's get into the review. Hello and welcome. Today we are inside of a 2022 Toyota GR86. This is a base model and is a manual. I would like to thank Valenti Toyota in Westerly, Rhode Island for allowing me to review this vehicle. Their link is down below. This GR86 is finished in black on black and stickers around $29,000. This is technically a 2-row car with seating for 4 in a pinch, but can mainly just fit 2. This comes in with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, and it does have a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated flat 4 boxer engine, making 228 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. This has a 0 to 60 in the low 6-second range, and the 228 is 25 more horsepower than the previous model. This is mated with a 6-speed manual transmission. This is a rear-wheel drive car, achieving 20 miles per gallon city and 27 on the highway, and it does have a 13.2 gallon fuel tank. This rides on some 17-inch gloss black two-tone wheels, and those are alloys on 215 wide tires. This has a 871 pound payload. This is a new model from the old 86 or Scion FRS. The Subaru still sells in this very similar model as the BRZ with a different interior and some different sheet metal. But overall they still sell as basically twin vehicles. For safety, this does have brake assist, hill start assist, and 7 airbags. So the GR or Gazoo racing line is a subdivision within Toyota's performance models. Now all their models for the performance ones are being called GR, such as the GR Supra, GR Corolla, and the GR Yaris, along with this. So there are both base and premium trims in this GR86, with this base being around $29,000 versus $31,000 for the premium. And the premium adds mainly interior amenity touches as well as a slightly larger wing. And it does have 18-inch wheels versus the 17 inchers on here. This has 5.1 inches of ground clearance and is 167 inches long and 69 inches wide without the mirrors. This rides on 4-wheel independent suspension. It does have heated power mirrors, those are body color, and it does have dual chrome tip exhaust. And let's step outside and discuss some more about this vehicle. Alright, so for the exterior of this GR86, it looks pretty similar to the old model in the sense of all the proportions look about the same, but it looks a bit more mature, and it just looks more sleek overall than the old one. It didn't look bad in the old model, in the old generation of the Scion FRS, BRZ, and the 86, but it looks better now. Has some nice DRLs running through right there, as you can see. It has some fake vents on each side, has a GR badge in there, and of course, the small grille. Very large hood in here. It looks very nice and proportionate. Here are your wheels. Those are two-tone, some gloss black, some chrome. And it does have silver brake calipers and no drilled or slotted brake rotors though. Here you do get functional vents on each side. Here are your mirrors. And this is a coupe. And then on the rear, you do get an easy open fuel cap is one thing. And you do get a small spoiler here. So here's your GR86 badge, Toyota badge. And for the rear, front and rear LED lights. This looks a little bit like the new Honda Civic, and it also looks a bit like the new Subaru model of the WRX. But it looks pretty good in my opinion. Here are your dual chrome tip exhaust, and for your reverse light, you actually get like a very high-end sporty car right down there. I think it looks pretty good in here. Very chiseled, but very smooth. Inside of here, for your door panel, you get lots of soft touch materials running through here, and here is cloth actually. But then here is hard plastic, and right here. I wish it had been a bit nicer, but they had to keep this a budget sporty car. So that's okay. Here are your power mirror controls. There are only 2 windows in here, and each are one touch. For your driver's seat in here, it is for both the driver and passenger seat actually. They are manual controls, but they have some nice bolstering. They're cloth, but they really hold you in well. You have no real side sill right here, door sill, but you do get a nice little plastic protector piece. There, of course, is your clutch. That is the manual car. And to the left of your driver's wheel, you do get a trunk pop button, and you also do get your gauge light in here. You get some nice climate vents too, so they have this twist type of thing, like in some higher end cars. So if you twist it, that opens or closes, and then it's like a circle in here. You can pivot it wherever you like. For your driver's steering wheel, it is a leather wrapped wheel, feels pretty good in hand, and it has some slight bolstering, nothing too much though. You do get a GR badge right down there, which is nice, and of course a giant Toyota badge. It's a pretty simple wheel to use. It has everything you need. It does have a cruise control down here, a basic cruise control, so you can do that with the lever. For your gauge cluster, it is a fully digital gauge cluster. I think it looks really good. Compared to the old ones, it just looks better in here, and it's very simple, as you can see. It looks pretty good in there. Shows you what you need and nothing that you don't. And also, in the center, if you push this button, you can go into a track mode of sense, where it turns off traction control, and you get this this more performance-oriented gauge cluster screen with rising RPM gauge. So yeah, it would go like that. Looks pretty good in my opinion. However, I do wish you could turn off traction control and keep that gauge cluster. You can't. You have to use it only in that one button. In the center here, of course, you do get your shifter right there. So it is a 6-speed. It has some pretty short throws. It's really nothing too bad. And then if you were to pop this into reverse, like so, you can see your backup camera. It's not bad quality. It doesn't, oh, it does have moving tracking lines, so that's very nice. And yeah, overall it's pretty nice. Even shakes, even though it's a little 4-cylinder boxer. It shakes the shifter right there, so that's pretty cool. For your infotainment system in here, it is a touchscreen, but it also has a row of hard buttons on each side, so it's a quicker access, hard volume knob, and a hard scroll knob. And it's basic, but it gets the job done. It does have both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You do get 2 central climate vents, and then above that, you have a soft touch little dash piece right here. And most of this is rubberized. It's not so much soft touch. Here is not soft touch either, but it's okay. It's a budget sports car. It looks pretty good, relatively minimal and modern. I like it. Then below that, you do get your climate control. It is dual zone, and it is auto. So that is very cool. And they're pretty nice red little gauges for that. I like them. Feel nice to twist. And you do get a GR button for your starter right there. In the center, you do of course get your handbrake, 1 blank button here, and you do get a general traction off button. Then here you do have a little storage area for your 2 cups, and you get 2 USB type A's and 1 aux port right there. So that's nice to include an aux port. Over here you do get your glove box. That is damped, so that is good. It's pretty large for being such a small car. No sunroof in here though. You do get a manual dimming mirror, which is a bit odd, but it is obviously a budget saving car. They want to make it a great driver's car without the crazy driver's price. And for your speaker system in here, it's pretty good. It has some nice mounted ones up there as well as on the door. And in the back seat here, it is technically a 4-seater, but you can't fit anyone over, say, about 4 or 5 years old back here. You can fit kids in a pinch, but these seats unfortunately are not usable, and Toyota doesn't expect them to be. So they're fine, but you can't fit anyone back there, anyone over, say, about 5 years old. You do get speakers back there though, so that's nice. For your visor in here, you do get a vanity mirror. It is not lighted though. If you pop that out like so, this actually doesn't slide, so that's a bit of a disappointment. I know it's a cost savings, but I figured they would want to cover at least more than half the coupe window. Alrighty, and let's check out the trunk space in here. So you can pop this button like so, or you can push this little rubber hidden button right there below your backup camera. And for being such a small car, it's actually a very big big loading area right here. It does have a nice GR86 badge right here as well on the floor mat. So overall, it's a decently large trunk for what it is. Very nice. and back inside the Toyota GR86, the redesigned one. I think it's a very, very nice driver's car. It's very minimal. It's not a high frills car, it's a no frills car, but it does what it needs to very well. I haven't driven this car, but overall, I think based off my impressions, I think it would be a very nice car to own. And it's a great setup to build upon. So many people build on these cars. They put a lot more power in them. Although this is more power than it had before though, which is nice because owners for years have been discussing that it needs a little bit more power. And for the interior, it's minimal. It gets the job done. It has the appropriate tech, and I think it's pretty comfortable to be inside. I'm 6 feet tall, and I can fit in here just fine. And this seat, I could even pull it forwards a little bit, so and still be comfortable. So that is good. Alrighty, that'll just about wrap up this review of the 2022 Toyota GR86 base in manual. Thank you very much again to Valenti Toyota in Westerly, Rhode Island for allowing me to review this car. Their link is down below. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.